Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your shortcut to understanding the really crucial shifts happening right now in AI. The pace. It's not just fast. It feels genuinely transformative, doesn't it? It's heading everything, global finance, even our personal connections, headlines, they barely scratch the surface. So our mission today is to go deeper. We want to unpack the huge infrastructure being built, the new applications, and, well, the very personal ways AI is showing up. So in this deep dive, we'll really zero in on some significant recent movements. We'll look at these multi-billion-dollar deals, reshaping things, powerful new AI models, and how AI is, well, integrating into daily life, especially for younger people. And the insights. They're coming from good sources, news reports, company announcements, new studies. By the end, you should have a pretty comprehensive picture of AI's evolving landscape and, what it actually means for you. Okay, let's dive right in. The sheer scale of investment in AI infrastructure is, well, it's mind-boggling. First up, this colossal deal. It involves OpenAI, the ChatGPT folks, and tech giant Oracle. Get this.
OpenAI has reportedly agreed to pay Oracle an astonishing $30 billion per year for data center services. Yeah, it first popped up in an Oracle SEC filing. And you can guess what happened next. Oracle's stock hit an all-time high, made Larry Ellison the second richest person in the world practically overnight. And just to give you some perspective on that $30 billion, Oracle's total cloud services revenue from all customers was about $24.5 billion last fiscal year. So this one deal is bigger than all their other cloud business combined. It's huge.
It really is. A staggering number.
So what's it for? Well, it's for 4.5 gigawatts of capacity. That's part of Stargate. You remember that. The $500 billion data center project announced by OpenAI, Oracle, and SoftBank back in January. And 4.5 gigawatts. That's like the power output of 2 Hoover dams. Enough for maybe 4 million homes. Just immense. And the first site, Stargate I, is down in Abilene, Texas.
Yeah, that 30 billion figure, it's fascinating because it's not just a win for Oracle, right? It really underscores the immense ongoing cost of building out this AI future people like Sam Altman talk about. It kind of highlights who the real winners might be in this AI gold rush. Maybe not just the model makers, but the picks and shovels providers, the compute providers, almost like a new class of AI landlords. And Oracle's spending big too. They put in, $21.2 billion in capital expenditures last year, expecting $25 billion this year, mostly in data centers. And that's not even counting the land.
Wow. So connect that to OpenAI's money. Their annual recurring revenue just hit $10 billion, which, okay, that's up massively from $5.5 billion last year. Great growth. But this single Oracle deal, this $30 billion commitment, is 3 times their current annual revenue. And that's before you count, research, salaries, everything else.
Exactly.
How does that even work? Committing 3 times your revenue to one supplier. What does that signal?
It signals they're playing a very, very long game. They're betting heavily that revenue growth is going to catch up and fast. It's all about securing future capacity, anticipating just exponential demand. It shows you the sheer compute power AI needs and the massive investment required to scale it globally. It's a huge gamble, really, on explosive AI adoption continuing. They're trying to lock down that bottleneck, the compute itself.
Okay, so that's the massive infrastructure side. Let's shift gears. How is AI actually becoming more practical, more accessible? Well, Google just announced something interesting, the stable release of Gemini 2.5 flashlight. They're calling it their fastest and most cost-effective option in the Gemini 2.5 family, trying to make sophisticated AI more widely available. And cost-effective means, $0 116 cents per million input tokens, 0.46 cents per million output tokens. They even cut audio input pricing by 40% since the preview.
That's pretty cheap for this level of capability.
Yeah, and they say it's not just cheap, it's smart and small. High quality on coding, math, reasoning, multimodal stuff, but with really low latency, fast. Plus, it's got all the features right. That huge 1 million token context window, controllable thinking budgets, native tools like grounding with Google Search, code execution.
And that million token window, that's significant. It means it can handle, a whole book, or hours of video, maintain context over really long inputs.
Exactly. Keeps its train of thought on complex tasks. And the controllable thinking budgets let developers balance speed and depth, manage costs.
And grounding with search helps fight those AI hallucinations, right? Pulling real-time info.
Right, making it more reliable. And we're already seeing it used in the real world, like Satellite cut latency by 45% for satellite diagnostics. HeyGen is using it for automating video planning, translation into 180 languages.
Wow.
Doxhound turns product demos into documentation from long videos. Evertune speeds up analysis for brands tracking their AI representation. It really seems to be democratizing things.
That combination of speed and lower cost, that's the real game changer here, I think. It truly democratizes access to sophisticated AI. Makes it available not just to the giants, but to smaller businesses, startups, individual developers.
So more innovation, potentially.
Absolutely. It means innovation can happen anywhere, you know? Niche solutions, things that were just too expensive to build before.
But does it also mean, well, does cheaper access open the door to maybe less scrupulous uses? Or just lower quality AI flooding the market?
That's definitely a conversation we need to have. Increased access is great for innovation, but yeah, it means more actors. Not all with the same ethics or quality control. It puts more pressure on the platforms like Google to have guardrails, and on us as users to be critical. The challenge shifts maybe from can we build it to how do we use it responsibly?
Right. Okay. So AI is getting cheaper, faster,
Yeah.
but it's also getting closer,
Yep.
physically closer to us.
Yeah.
Amazon just announced they're acquiring Bee. It's an AI wearables startup. Deals confirmed, apparently just not closed yet. And Bee makes this Fitbit-style bracelet. Costs about $50, plus a $19 monthly subscription. They have an Apple Watch app, too.
Yeah.
Its main function is, well, it's pretty wild. It records everything it hears, unless you mute it. The idea is to create reminders and to-do lists for you automatically.
Always listening, that's something.
Yeah. And their bigger vision, they call it a cloud phone. The device accesses your accounts, notifications, sends reminders or messages for you. They want it to be less like a tool, more like a, quote, trusted companion.
A trusted companion that records everything.
Yeah. But look at the price point, $50. That's way different from, say, the Rabbit device or the Humane AI pin, which was like $500 and didn't really take off.
True, much lower barrier to entry for curious consumers.
And Amazon's not alone here. We hear OpenAI, Meta, Apple. They're all reportedly working on AI hardware, too. This space is heating up.
And this is where that tension really shows up, isn't it? Moving from data centers to our wrists. The convenience factor is obvious, but it clashes pretty directly with significant privacy and security risks. I mean, these things are designed to record constantly. So the big question is, how is that data handled? How are the voice recordings processed, stored, used for AI training?
What does Bee say about that currently?
Yeah.
Do users have control?
Well, their current policy says users can delete data. And importantly, they state audio recordings are not saved, stored, or used for training their AI. But the app does store what the AI learns about you to be your assistant. They also talk about adding features like needing verbal consent to record others, setting boundaries based on topic or location.
Okay, so some safeguards planned.
Yeah, and planned on-device processing, too, which is generally better for privacy than sending everything to the cloud. But the elephant in the room is, will Amazon keep those policies?
Ah, good point.
Amazon's record on user data is, let's say, mixed. You know, the Ring camera footage shared with police without consent, the FTC settlement over employees accessing customer videos, that history makes you pause.
Yeah, definitely something to watch as these devices become more common. Okay, let's shift one more time to maybe the most personal AI application yet. There's a new study showing a really surprising number of teens are turning to AI, not just for help with homework, but for social interaction, for companionship. This is from Common Sense Media. They surveyed over 1,000 U.S. teens, 13 to 17, just this past spring, focused on AI companions, chatbots like Character.ai, Replica, or even general ones used personally. And the numbers are pretty eye-opening. A huge majority, 72%, have tried one at least once.
Wow, 72%.
Yeah. And over half, 52%, are regular users. Like 13% chat daily, another 21% a few times a week. Boys were a bit more likely than girls to say they'd never used one. Why are they using them? Well, main reasons were entertainment, just curiosity, getting advice, and the fact that the AI is always available.
That always available part is interesting.
That isn't it? About half see them as tools, but a third, 33%, are using them specifically for social interaction and relationships. Interestingly, half don't trust the info they get from them. Older teens are more skeptical. And get this, 1/3, 33%, actually found chatting with AI more satisfying than talking to real friends.
More satisfying. That's quite a statistic.
It is. Though, the majority, 67%, still preferred real friends, and almost 40% use AI chats to practice skills for real life, mostly social skills. On a positive note, 80% still spend more time with real friends. Only 6% said they spend more time with chatbots.
Okay, so it's becoming common, but maybe not totally replacing human connection for most. Still, that 33% finding it more satisfying, it really makes you think about the long-term impact, doesn't it? There are potential upsides, like practicing social skills safely, but we already know there are significant concerns about AI and teen well-being. I mean, there have been lawsuits against Character.ai over really serious issues like a teen's suicide, promoting violence, and lots of reports on the risks of using current AI for anything like therapy. It's just not equipped for that complexity ethically or technically.
So this study is like an early snapshot of teens using AI in these really personal ways. What's the takeaway for social development?
I think it gives us a crucial early look at how young people are starting to leverage AI for, simulated human interaction, friendship, emotional support, even just practice. It forces us to ask, how does this shape social skills long term? Emotional resilience. What even is connection for a generation growing up with AI companions readily available? It's this really complex mix of tech and human psychology unfolding right now.
Wow. Okay, what a journey today. We've really covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from those frankly, staggering multi-billion-dollar infrastructure deals like OpenAI and Oracle building the foundation, the Stargate stuff, to AI models like Google's Gemini 2.5 flashlight, getting faster, cheaper, more accessible for everyone. Then we look at personal AI, moving on to our risks with things like Amazon buying Bee and all the privacy questions that raises, and finally, diving into that common sense media study, seeing how teens are already forming relationships of a sort with AI companions. It just hammers home how fast and how pervasively AI is weaving itself into everything. Global economics, infrastructure, right down to personal well-being and how kids socialize. The speed is just undeniable.
It really is. And the sheer scale of the investment at the foundation, combined with this growing intimacy of AI in daily life, especially for young people, it raises a pretty profound question for all of us, I think, given how quickly AI is moving into, well, seemingly every part of our lives, from those huge hidden data centers to these personal companions. What fundamental part of being human might be changing, maybe irrevocably, in just the next 5 years, something we aren't even quite grasping yet? And maybe more importantly, what's our responsibility in that? As users, as developers, as just people living through this, how do we navigate that change thoughtfully? Something to think about.